y'all, I'm back with another motherfucking story time, and this time I'll be telling y'all about the time I did this bitch hair at my house. And basically her man pulled up on some crazy shit, bitch, and I thought we both was finna die. Okay, let's get into it. So like I said, I be doing hair at my house. And I prefer doing house calls just based off this one situation as is. But you know, if you do hair and you do it at your residence, you know that's a very dangerous game you are playing because people do be motherfucking crazy. Like I found out. So she books a bus down with me. Everything is cool. Finding the messages. I'm not getting no weird bad vibes. When she pulls up to the appointment, real sweet girl. Like, you know, like it was nothing weird, you know. If you hairstylists, you know, sometimes you got a little talkative clients, or like when you first start the appointment, y'all just get to know each other and y'all start talking, you know, where you from, how long you been doing hair, woo doo woo doo, all that shit. And that's how the appointment was going. And then, you know, eventually the client will start getting on their phone and watching TikToks, and like the convo will die out. And it'll no issue with that. Like, you know, that's fine, so I can really lock in. So at this point, we at that point of the apartment where it's just real quiet. She ended up putting her AirPods in, and I get to work, like really get to work. And one thing about me is I'm really good at reading body language. So I could tell once we start talking and having, like, you know, conversing with each other, she started getting really like jittery and just antsy and just like I could tell she was arguing with somebody on the phone. And now I'm not one of them hairstylists that really be in y'all phones. Like, I really don't care what you got going on your phone, girl. I really want to get you in and out my chair. But the way she was typing and she was just like huffing and puffing, bitch, I could tell. Like, she was arguing, okay? That lasts for like a good 10 minutes. And I'm just, you know, I'm trying to stay focused. But like, I'm nosy. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm just trying to peep, like, what the fuck going on? Shawty, what you got going? But I'm still trying to keep it professional and do her hair. A little more time passes by. She's still being a little antsy and like, you know, up and at it. And then all of a sudden, her phone start blowing the fuck down. Like, I'm talking about, bitch. I'm talking about debt collector blowing down. Like, her shit was blowing the fuck down. But she wasn't answering the phone. So I'm just like, okay, you know, I don't give a fuck. I mean, that's her business. But in my head, I'm like, bitch, that sounds a little important. Like, you know, you might want to answer that. But she wasn't answering it. It was kind of getting annoying to the point where I really wanted her to answer the phone. Because I'm like, okay, look, either silence the ringer, put it on D&D, or bitch, answer it. Because at this point, that's what I'm saying in my head. At this point, it's getting a little bit annoying. But she eventually ends up answering the phone. Y'all, she answers the phone. Y'all, I told y'all she had her little AirPods in, but you know when the phone be so loud, you can still hear somebody combo through the headphones. So all I hear is just somebody cussing her the fuck out. It's a nigga cussing her out. Where the fuck you at? What you doing? You out here being a hoe. I knew I couldn't trust you. I was doing some hoe shit. Da 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 da. Woo doo doo woo. I'm like, the fuck? Like, bitch, what? Like, but she was being so nonchalant about it. Like, she wasn't clearing nothing up with the nigga. She wasn't saying, like, I'm at a hair appointment. What are you talking about? Like, nah. Like, she was dead ass laughing in this nigga face, basically. She was like, what? Like, what? Like, you're doing too much. Like, you need to chill out. Like, you know, like, you doing too much. Woo, doo, doo, woo. And just acting nonchalant. And I know, like, that's pissing the nigga off. And in my head, I'm just like, why is she not clearing up that she had a hair appointment? But I'm guessing she's just trying to play games with the nigga, and that's none of my business. So I continue doing her hair. He's still cussing her out, but y'all, eventually she ends up hanging up the phone in this nigga face. You know, and I'm like, okay, bitch. Like, I'm the type of bitch like, hey, as you should. Like, don't let no nigga get on your cellular device and cuss you out on the phone. You pay for it. You know, you feel me? Like, don't do that. But I just go back to doing the hair because that's none of my business. Okay? So we chilling, y'all. Another maybe 15, 20 minutes go by, and like I'm basically almost at the top of her hair at this point. Like I do quick weaves pretty fast, bitch. Okay, I quick weave. Okay, so I'm getting it going. I'm in that mode. All of a sudden, I hear a motherfucking, y'all. It sounded like the FBI was at my door. I hear do at my door. Mind y'all, this is my house. It is my salon, I guess you could say, but it also is somewhere where I lay my head. So I ain't never had nobody pull up to my house banging on my shit like that, and I damn sure don't got no warrants. So I'm like, who the fuck? Who's banging at my door? So my door doesn't have a peephole like in it. Like, I can't just go to the door and go look at who's outside my door. I have to go through the Ring app and go see who's at my door. So I go look, and I'm like, do you know him? Cause I ask her, I'm like, do you know him? Is this like, do you know him? And she's like, oh my God, he really pulled up? And I'm like, huh? Who was that? And I'm like, what do you mean he really pulled up? Like, I stopped everything. I put the track down. I put the glue down. Like, bitch, I'm like, what are we talking about? So she's like, girl, that's my nigga. He be crazy. He be on the pull-up shit sometimes. But, like, don't worry about it. Like, just go back to doing my hair. Don't even stunt. Like, don't even stunt it. Da-da-da-da. One thing about me, I don't play that shit, okay? I don't give a fuck if your nigga is crazy. Your nigga is the pull-up type of nigga. I don't give a fuck. He needs to be the pull-up type of nigga at your shit. And that ain't nobody else shit. That's how people die, okay? Like, don't come to my house on some crazy shit like that. You don't know who house you pulling up at. Baby, this is Atlanta. Okay, you don't know where the hell you pushing it, buddy. My bitch, like, I don't know if I feel comfortable, like, with finishing your hair. And she's like, please, like, I'm going on vacation soon. Like, I promise, like, I don't want to deal with it either. Like, can you please just continue doing my hair? I'm scared to turn the motherfucking blow dryer on to shit. I can't even talk to melt the glue. To dry the glue up for the next track. I'm scared to make any sudden movements because the way the nigga was banging on my door, it's like one more bang and that bitch was coming off the hinges. So I'm just like, okay, but I ain't gonna let nobody go out of town with their head halfway a bald cap, halfway tracks. So I continue doing her hair. So I go back to doing her hair, but inside I'm 38 hot. And the girl was so sweet. But in the back of my mind, I'm so mad because you got this nigga pulling up to my house. Like, I don't care. Get your nigga under control is what I'm saying in my head. Like, I don't play that. I don't know. Niggas be crazy nowadays. You know, they'll take anything out. And the fact that she wasn't clearing it up with him and letting him know, like, yeah, I'm just, you know, getting my hair done was throwing me off. Like, okay, like, you really playing games with these niggas. And knowing how these niggas be in Atlanta, they really crash out. Like, I'm not finna be in between of that. I ain't finna be on channel 2 because you want to make this nigga think something that you're not. Nah, hell nah, bitch. You need to clear that shit up. He can say you banging. Open this motherfucking door. I know you in there. Da-da-da-da. You need to open this door. I'm like, what the fuck? At this point, I was at the top of her hair. So all I had to do was blend her leave out and do her bust down. So I'm almost done. It took me maybe another 15 minutes to continue doing this girl hair. Because the way I made this a quick weave, bitch. This was an expedited weave. Like, I made this quick weave so quick, bitch. The quickest. Okay? So I'm like, okay, girl. Like, I'm done. Because all I had to do was really blend her leave out. And she booked the bust down. That's all I got to do is go over it with a little hot comb. Like, you look good. You get out my chair. And I'm like, I'm done. So she ends up getting up. And I'm just like, okay, you know, Cash App. You Cash App is Zelle or Apple Pay. Like, which one is it? She's like, I'm a Cash App you. I'm like, okay, bet. So I'm thinking she's finna get her stuff and get it together because she's like, oh, he always does this. So I'm like, okay. Y'all, she ends up getting up at my chair and start taking videos in front of my ring light. And I have a big full-length mirror in front of my chair. She starts taking videos, content, TikToks. And I'm just standing there looking like, okay. And one thing about me, I'm really headstrong. So I'm not rude, but if I feel like, you know, my life is in danger, if I'm not comfortable, I'm gonna let you know every time. I'm not gonna sit around and be the nice girl. No, hell no. You need to get your shit and get out. I don't care. So, you know, I end up telling her, I'm like, you know, like, this is becoming too much for me. He's disturbing my residence. You know, my neighbors might end up calling the police. I don't want that type of attention brought to my home. So I politely asked her, you know, to pay me my money and get the fuck out the house. So, up Cash Apping me. That I thought that was another situation I was gonna have to be worried about, girl, because I don't even got time. But she ends up Cash Apping me, and she's like, okay, I'm ready. And I'm like, okay, you ready for what? Y'all, usually I walk my clients to the door, like, you know, I'll give them a nice greeting, goodbye, or, you know, goodbye, but I don't know this man. I don't want him to know who is even staying at this house. So I didn't. So I'm like, she's like, I'm ready. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, like, you can walk yourself up. I'm gonna lock the door behind you and I'm gonna watch you from my ring camera just to make sure. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to the girl now. Shit, I'm gonna make sure she good when she leave my house. But I'm not walking to that door. So, y'all, she ends up getting all her stuff. You know, she says thank you. She was still being a sweet girl. And she opens the door. Soon as she opens the door, all I hear is, stop! So I'm like, oh, hell no, bitch. I run to go close the motherfucking door and lock that bitch. I look at the Ring camera app. All I see is her chasing him. And he ends up getting in his car and speeding away. Speeding down motherfucking my subdivision. He grabs her phone, y'all. Did I say that in the last part? He grabs her phone and speeds away with it unlocked. I know she was sick. I don't know what the girl was doing, but I know the way she was chasing after that phone. Oh, baby, it was something in there, okay? Y'all, I don't think I mentioned this, but this girl did not drive to the appointment. She Ubered. So He took her phone, and now she's running down the street with no phone and no Uber.